Hello everyone, welcome to another Minecraft Redstone video. This video I'll be showing you my binary coded self-organizing bulk storage. Now that is a lot of complicated words, but I'll slowly dissect what each part of it means. So first I'll start off with the part that it is binary coded. So this is episode 2 in my Minecraft storage tech series, and in episode 1 I explained exactly what a binary storage system is. So if you haven't watched that, I recommend watching that so you understand some things I say in this video, because I'll be saying some information that has to do with that video. So as I said, this is binary coded, so each item will have a binary code, and this is a binary decoder that is reprogrammable, and this is by Prudy Gaming. So of course his channel will be in the description because this would have not had been possible without him. And another thing is that Swirly Hazel also did help me a bit with designing some of the stuff in this contraption. So because this is binary coded, you should now understand how each item is sorted. So here I have 4 different shulker boxes. Now the color actually doesn't really matter. This is just to make it easier to see what's in each item, each shulker box. So the red one contains redstone, the yellow one has gold, and so on. And each one has their own binary code, so this is worth 4 in binary, 3, 2, and 1. And there is a item call button, which basically if you input your binary code and press that button, it will retrieve that item, and I'll be explaining more on that later. Then we have full encode. So what this does is, you will almost never use this. This is mostly for testing, but this basically sets all of the unused slices in the storage system to whatever binary is on. Then we have 2 things here. So this is a send signal and a send multiple. And basically this allows you to send in items to the storage system. So now I've filled in my inventory with a bunch of these boxes, each with the items that they're holding. Usually these will be filled, every single slot with that item, because this is bulk storage, and each slice can hold this many items. And because this is self-organizing, basically the more the item takes up space in the storage, the more slices are reserved for that item. So for example, say we have a bunch of these blue boxes, and it doesn't fit inside of here, then what it'll do is it'll reserve the next open slice, and for example if it was this one, and if we don't have any, for example, yellow ones, then none of the storage slices will be taken up by the yellow. So you can save up on a ton of space, and it's very efficient storage, so that you can maximize the amount of space and make sure that you're not wasting any storage space for items that you don't have that much of. And so because this is binary coded, this is on binary 0 right now, and 0 is basically signifies a open slot. So since all these repeaters are powered right now, that means all these slices are open and no item is in any of them. So they will all funnel down to these droppers. And this one's still very short. It's only 6 slices, but this is actually infinitely expandable in this direction. Anyways, so for example, let's say we want to store some of redstone, which has the binary code of 1. Then we can flick this lever, and now we can see how many of these slices are reserved for redstone. And because none of these are powered, that means there are no slices reserved for redstone. But that is okay because the brain of the machine knows that there is no space for redstone, so it will reserve space for it. So we can do send signal, and then the first open slot was reserved for redstone. So now this one will keep on taking in redstone, and it has funneled all the way down here. And let's say we go back to see how many of these are open now. And you can see this one's now being taken up by redstone, and these are the ones that are now can be used for any other item. Now let's say we want to put in that yellow box, which has the binary code of 2. See, none of the slices are being used for that right now. And let's just say we want to put in that right there. We can send a single item. And now that one is being reserved. And it should flow down here any moment. But this storage is also very fast because it works in shulker boxes. So each one of these can hold 27 stacks. And it can be, this system can take it at hopper speed, but I'm going a bit slower, just so that I can easily add more delay. But it can go faster. So if I go to send multiple, and this will handle it perfectly fine. Now let's say that we filled up this entire slice with these red boxes. What will happen is one item will eventually go into this large chest, and this comparator will get a signal from it. So we can mimic a signal coming from this chest by putting a redstone block here. So now that is powered. Now this slice will not take in any more items because this is powered. And now if we go back to the binary code of redstone, we can see that these are all locked because this one's full. So now the system realized that all of the redstone storage is full. So now this line is powered, which allows signal to come down here and activate this piece of logic down here. And basically this finds the next open slice that isn't being used by any other item. So if we go to here and we send a single item again, another item has been sent. And so the order really does not matter. So we have some, let's say we filled it up even more. So we have some in here, then we can have a different type of item here, and we can fill it with more items, and the order can be mixed and matched. So between recordings, I did some extra testing and found out a small flaw in the system that could happen in some very rare scenarios. And that's what this extra bit of logic now is for. Even though this does add a lot of redstone, it will not add pretty much any lag because this part of the system will rarely function. So this is still a very, very lag friendly system because when not in use, almost all hoppers are locked except for this one right here. Other than that, nothing is unlocked that can really create lag. Oh, and this hopper. But that is pretty much it. And the reason why you really want to lock these hoppers is because they create a ton of lag, because they will first search this slot. And so before I explain what I'm talking about, pretend like this entire slice is full. The laggiest action for a hopper is a hopper reading from a full chest, trying to put items into a full chest. So these chests are both full, and this hopper is unlocked. So first it will check this item, see if it can go into here. Then it will check all 5 of these slots and see if it can fit in any of these. Then what it will do is go on to the next item if it can't do that. And then it will go through all of these slots. Then what it will do is it will go to this slot and see if it can put it in this slot. And it will go through all of these to see if it can put it in any of these. Then once it's done with that, it will do with the other 4 slots. And with hundreds of hoppers in a storage system, that can easily add up to a ton of lag when the system is not even running. And that is why almost all hoppers are constantly locked. Now that I've explained that, I will be explaining what the item call button does. So what this does is when you press this button, the signal will travel to the back of the system. So if you make this longer, you will need to extend this line. Then it gets sent to this piece of comparator logic. And then this logic, what it basically does is it finds the nearest dispenser or slice that has that item in it. So it'd be this one. So the signal will come all the way to here, and it will just activate this dropper, and it will stop. And that is to make sure that we don't take items out of a full slice, because then we will have 2 half full slices, and we don't want that because we are just then wasting space that we don't really need to use to store items. So now let me just press this button, and this is set to binary code 1, which was the redstone box. So let's press this button, and now the item gets sent to us. And if you look in this, only this got dispensed, and this one has been untouched. Now we can press it again. And now we have both of these right here. Then the next thing we can do is we can press it again. And now it will take it from the full slice. And now, because this took out one item, that means this slice is no longer full. So we can say that this is not getting powered anymore. So some of the logic gets redone. And now this is a slice that can be taken out of and put in. And we can do this until this slice runs out of items. But say we want to take out some of these yellow boxes. And if you go over here, the gold ingots have a binary code of 2. So if we put in 2 in binary, we will activate that one slice. And if we press the item call button, we will get the yellow box. And that is basically how this entire binary storage system works. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and see you in the next redstone video.